Hey guys, we got more card reviews. We're gonna just start right out of it. First, we got this next. Build a snowman. Summon a snowman that freezes. Build a snowbird to your hand, or build a snowbird to your hand. That's interesting language. I think you'd say add. Add a build a snowbird to your hand. Okay. So you can kind of just keep making bigger snow. And there have been cards like this before that just keep getting more and more stats. So this is big clunky stats. Very slow tempo relative to other things. These kind of cards are terrible. Just letting you, they just don't cut it in the meta in 2021. You know, you need to be having high tempo. You need to be reacting to the board. This does not react to the board. And nobody has value problems anymore. Like, you're dying. Nobody's like, oh, I wish I had a whole bunch of value to play to put pressure on my opponent. No, your opponent's killing you. Like, these kind of cards are good against control decks. Decks that are just removing, and you say, oh, you remove, I'll put more. They remove, oh, I'll put more. But that's not what exists anymore. Hey, you play this and this, and you're, oh, my opponent just OTK'd me because I was putting on 6 mana 6. So absolute garbage in the current meta. And I you know, the only reason you could justify C play is just because it has that frost tag and there's the frost energy. So next you got your Field of Strife. Demon, your minions have +1 attack last 3 turns. Really weird one, you know, because it's the 1 mana druid card, +1 attack last 3 turns. But this is just so low tempo. I'm trying to make a way to this, even when you have board, but like, it's really hard for me to see these kind of cards working. This kind of card working with, you know, having that board. I'm gonna go with garbage. I just don't see this card being good. Next, we got Capture the Cold Tooth Mine. Draw your lowest card or draw your highest card. This card's pretty decent. It's tutoring. It's you got it also has synergy with that new 2/1. So you can draw it and get a copy of both. So it's it's just tutoring is nice. Like, you can tutor out a survival or tutor out a lightning bloom. Tutor out a lightning bloom, get down to celestial alignment earlier. So yeah, I think this card is really nice. I'm not sure if we'll see, you know, make the cut, but I could definitely see a certain druid that's like, you know, has to get a certain card. That's either the top or the bottom. Could definitely see running this. Next, we got Shadow Caster Scabs. Return all minions to your owner's hand. Summon a 4/2/4/2. The stealth and the sleight of hand is your next card you play this turn causes 2 less. So it's Banish. It's 2/4/2 with a stats, and it's an infinite value power card. Like, this card is absolutely broken. Now, like I said, these cards are 7 mana, but there's a lot of minion decks that this would be really good against. You know, this is not like, you know, and even the return all hand, you know, you do it the right time, maybe you can mill a card. So if your opponent, you know, is playing Garrote Rogue on the other side, and maybe you do this, put their cards in the hand, they mill Garrote, lose the game. Totally could happen. So this card's absolutely busted. I'm amazed that they printed this. This card's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we might have a draw your good card meta. You know, can you draw your Skymaster, your Shadowcrafter Scabs? Hey, you did. You win the game. Oh, you don't. Yeah, this card's absolutely busted. Now, will the meta be favorable for, like I said, 7 mana? You know, like I said, if there was a 10 mana win the game card, it might not see play in a lot of classes. Probably still would because of the consistency, but like, you know, a lot of classes effectively already have a 9 mana win the game. So, but that being said, you know, 9 mana win the game. You play this on 7, you kill them on 8. Like, there's stuff like that. So, or kill them on turn 9. So, card's really busted. Absolutely busted. Yeah. We'll see if it gets nerfed. Next, we got Sacrificial Summoner. Destroy friendly minion. Summon one deck that costs a minion deck from your deck that costs 1 more. Really cool card. I don't think very good. These kind of cards just, you know, it's so hard to get on board. To play a 3/3 and destroy it, you just need such consistency, and the prize isn't that much. But that being said, what you could do is only run 2 4/10s, like the 2 5 mana, 4 mana 5/10, and you can tutor that out. So there's some really cool things you could do with this. Like, because you can tutor, you might be able to pull off something crazy. So, you know, for most stuff, I don't think this is gonna be that good. I don't think this is a good just like shove it in tempo card with some basic synergy. Like, you really have to like build around this card. Maybe you build around this card, it's broken. So I'm gonna go with pretty decent. I think there's some really cool ideas. Definitely some deck building potential with this sacrificial summoner. Next, we got Satan the Scarlet Rush. Whenever this minion gains attack or health, double this amount. So it's it's getting double from the hand buffs, it's getting double from spells, and it's a rush minion. And I think the fact that this is a rush minion is huge because Paladin needs more rush minions. So works real nice in hand, but Paladin doesn't seem broken, but definitely good. So pretty decent. So next we got Spy Glaive. Honorable kill. Deal damage equal to your hero's attack to the enemy hero. This card is just like, okay, I see what they're going for. This card's bad. Like I get you're gonna get some damage, but it's a 1/3. I just don't want to run this card in any Demon Hunter deck. So you don't really need with the early weapon. You need board control, not face damage. So just very bad card. Next, Shadow Word Devour. Choose a minion that steals 1 health from all other minions. This card looks really good, and like you could use it with Sex Veil Weaver. This card might. I was getting talked down by this card. I'm gonna go with Broken. Like I can run this with the Miracle Priest, and then all of a sudden all your minions' health come to mine, and I have a 2/8, and a bunch of your minions are dead. Like this card could be insane, and I generate some value. So the synergy with the Veil now will Priest be strong enough, but like this card looked really really good. So next we got Forsaken Lieutenant. Stealth after you play Death Rattle minion, become a 2/2 copy of it with Rush. Like I get it. So this might be good with more synergy. I just don't think the Death Rattle cards are so bad right now in a world with single target removal is insane. Where there's devolving missiles, there's prize plunder. Just cards like this just don't really work. So I'm gonna go with the garbage. Though realistically, I should probably say pretty decent because I've heard a good case for this might be good enough in Wild, which is kind of ironic, but like sometimes cards when they have the synergies, and I just don't think the synergy is there. And so next we got Popsicle. Death Rattle, freeze 2 random enemy minions. I'm really not sure on this card. It's really interesting because it might just be the neutral 3 mana card that you run in your deck, but like minion damage isn't that big a deal. But I'm really not sure. It's really interesting. So I'm gonna go with pretty decent. You just might be able to just play this on curve and slow down your opponent. So I'm not sure, but a cool card for sure. Frozen Buckler, gain 10 armor. At the start of your next turn, lose 5 armor. This is a really cool card because you can use as a delay. So let's say my opponent's killing me. I play this card. Well, now if they do 10 damage to me, well, I don't really lose the 5 armor because they got rid of the 5 armor. Unless I already had like 20 armor. So this can be really good to kind of slow your opponent down, delay a turn, or play around a Garrote OTK. Like they're gonna go Garrote, you play this, and like, oh, do I really want to play this? So I'm going pretty decent. This is I really like the design of this card. Big fan. So and last we got Brew of Elements. So you call upon 2 elements, which is basically 2 of these hero powers. There's a bunch of hero powers, and they're pretty strong. Summon 2/2/3 elementals with taunt. So you got some powerful stuff here. So but we call restore. So deal 6 damage to enemy hero, 2/3. So you got some stuff. Deal a lot of damage. So depending what you need, and it looks like it's random every turn. So kind of like the old Dr. Boom. I don't think this is broken. I'm almost considered to say it's garbage, but hero cards are historically strong. So even if it's garbage right now, I could the meta changes. This is a value generator for sure. So I'm gonna go with pretty decent. Definitely the right meta could be good. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys for this video. Got more of these coming out. Hope you guys enjoy.